Hey, I hope that my voice doesn't sound too sick for this, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any excuse. Sunhaven takes over my life, and here we are. We're about to ask Vaan on a date. Hey, I'm happy to see you. I've actually been meaning to ask you. I was thinking we could go visit your farm together. What do you think? I didn't know you liked my farm so much. Didn't I mention before that it's beautiful? You've really done well with it. I used to sit on a hill nearby and think about all the future possibilities. I know it sounds a little vague, but I guess it's like reflecting on the future, if that makes sense. What? What? Are we getting... This is the most character I've gotten out of a character before the first date? This is so exciting. Okay, yes. Maybe I'm moving too quickly. Why don't we just stay here in Novari for now? I can show you one of my favorite spots in the village. That sounds great. Meet me outside my house and we'll go together. Let's say tomorrow 12 p.m. I can't wait. I can't wait either. Interesting. Oh. Wait, but it doesn't line up. But it's not coherent. It's not contiguous. Contiguous, is that a word? God, my brain lag is insane. I'm sure I'll have more to say on this later. While I'm waiting for the day to end, I want to give a disclaimer here, because I feel like I haven't explained this, and people are mentioning it, but I feel like it's important for me to talk about. So here's the thing, is with these romanceable characters, I am taking them as they are. I do not expect them to change. I do not expect anything I say to have any real impact on what's happening. I simply am reacting to what's happening in the game for your enjoyment, mostly for my enjoyment, and I don't really expect anything to come of it. So I know a lot of people want to see changes in the romanceful NPCs. I'm not holding out for that to happen. I'm not expecting that to happen. There's so much dialogue. There's so much going on in this game. I think what they've done a good job with. Obviously, I'm having so much fun going through the romanceable characters. No matter how much I complain, I'm enjoying it. That's why I keep making videos on it. These are all just straight up my opinions. I'm just here for the fun of it, and that's my disclaimer. Just take it for what it is, and I will see you on our dates. Is my date broken? How do I... Meet Vaan outside his house at 12 p.m. It's 12:10? Oh no. This is bad. This is very no good bad. Oh, okay, he's here. Whew, that was nerve-wracking. He's not showing... Vaan may be broken, but it's okay, we can still go on a date. So you really want to spend time with me after all? Well, since you're here, I guess you're ready to go. I'm ready. No matter what's happening, the spot always brings peace to my mind. Another fucking next to the water date. I can't with this game. Under the shade of the grand tree, watching the sparkling waters of Novari flow carelessly by. It's easy to lose yourself here, you know what I mean? You have a hard time finding peace elsewhere? Novari is peaceful enough. Look around, you can see it yourself. I suppose I just mean that this is a nice secluded spot to enjoy that peace. It's not that secluded, right? There's a band playing behind us? It's not that secluded. Whatever. Solitude is crucial to peace of mind. I couldn't agree more. Spending time alone with myself is a big part of how I mastered wind magic. Interesting. Feels funny to say that I've mastered my magic. In a way, it's not the kind of thing you ever feel done with. I expect to continue learning more about it my whole life. But you are a master. I studied directly with Navara. The last thing she taught me was how to maintain my spells sustainably so I don't run out of mana mid-flight. After that, she had nothing else to teach me. So to answer your question, yeah, you can consider me a master. You must be super talented. Thank you, I'm flattered. Just to know you're paying attention. I got the achievement for the 10 hearts. It's important that the people in my life understand a connection with something larger than themselves, whether that's magic or something else. Where do you find that kind of connection? I forgot what he asked already. Connecting with something outside of myself. I find it in community. I find it in magic too. Maybe we should just be agreeable. Of course, I could have known you would say that. I hope one day we can explore that kind of connection together. I think we're already making that connection. Oh, sometimes you say exactly what I'm thinking. You're right, we must be linked already. Ugh. Get off me. Ugh. I hate to say it, but I need to be going soon. This time with you is wonderful. I had a good time. Until next time, I hope to see you soon. Okay. Neat. Alright. I think we should ask him to date us, since we can. Do you want to ask Vaan to date you? I would. Have I won you over? I will admit, you've certainly won me over. That makes the choice obvious. I'll be your boyfriend. Hooray. Alright, Vaan's house. Should we see what secrets are in store? There's definitely like way more sparkling in here than there was before. It's a phoenix feather. You can only get one by meeting a phoenix in the sky. It's a sign of good fortune. Definitely seems like Vaan is the kind of person who's a little superstitious, believes in fortune. Roast turnip he likes. Oh, a bird bath in Vaan's house. How interesting. No, not this time. Not here. What? What? Is the game asking me if I'm tempted to take a bath in Vaan's house? What the hell does this mean? So this is apparently the Easter egg dealing with the Vaan's bird bath? I'd better not. I really shouldn't. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it. Just thinking about it. Dodged. I don't know what else I expected. Drinking from this water is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. No, but I appreciate it that you think so. Against all better judgment, you take another sip from the fountain. What's this? You found something at the bottom. A rusted amulet. Can I keep going? I should seriously stop drinking from that. Okay. That's funny. Okay, nice. Nice. That was cute. You're not about to go through Vaan's closet. That would just be weird. Okay. I mean, I'm in his house when he's not here. I feel like that's weird. Okay, stuff he likes. Honey, capes, nice. Leftover peas and flan. Dusty journal. Alright, here we go. So I've recorded myself reading this whole thing, and I decided that I'm not going to do that. I have come to some conclusions about what I think of Vaan. Also, see this shirt? It's a Teen Titans shirt. Anyone remember when Teen Titans looked like this? I have kind of come to a conclusion about Vaan, and that is that Vaan is like too many people in one character. I think that this diary is interesting as a piece of lore and not as a piece of Vaan. So I'm going to talk about the synopsis of this diary in the context of this is just a lore book. It's not a Vaan book. Maybe I'll point out some Vaan things in here, but I don't think this is meant to be a Vaan book. I think it's meant to be a lore book. My voice, by the way, is on an upswing. I have gone through several days of losing my voice, feeling very sad and lonely about it, but now we're on the upswing, so things are looking up. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, the arc of this book is that Vaan feels resentful towards Navara, and then he goes into the Grand Tree. There's much ancient mana, memories of elves who came before. Those elves survived far worse than a little training exercise. What could their memories teach me? That obnoxious rule thumper Wesley nearly caught me this morning as I was activating mana shards. If he knew what I was up to, he'd tell grandfather for sure. So this is the most interesting part of this book to me, is that there's these mana shards that apparently give us a little glimpse into the past, and it is criminal that this diary does not go into what is in those memories, because I would love to know, but it doesn't say that in here at all. It just says, oh, look at these cool memories, I bet I could learn something from them, and then that's it. So I'm hoping that we get more information on whatever these cool mana shards are, but I am gonna mention a little bit about the voicing here, because the voicing is also all over the place on this diary. It bothers me, okay? So here, this page is insecurity, okay? Just the whole vibe. Maybe I'm the one to blame. Maybe I'm not talented enough Doesn't even matter, really. This is insecurity, right? And this is vindictiveness towards the Nelvari for not exploring more, or not, like, the humans have it easy. This is jealousy, right? You know, resentfulness toward Navara. This is literally just a lore book right here. This is also just a lore book. Except here, we should focus on today, which I would think is part of Vaan's character. In my mind, if I were to rewrite Vaan, I would write him to say, I kind of want to take things as they come. You know, opportunities kind of land on me, and I'm not, like, super worried about the far future. I just kind of want to explore, like, what's in the world, what can today give me, like, that kind of attitude. So this kind of, like, lines up with what I would expect Vaan to be. And then here, it gets totally derailed, because it says, I will admit that conjuring clouds is a fun trick, but what can this power really do for me? Realistically speaking, I mean, what do you mean realistically? Vaan is not a realistic person. In my conceptualization of Vaan is that he's totally fine with the unknown and kind of, like, projecting that into possibilities, right? So in my mind, Vaan would see the conjuring clouds and be like, okay, I can, like, make assumptions about how this would be useful for me here, here, and here. I can make assumptions about what this would do for me. But here, he's saying realistically speaking, but I don't think Vaan is a realistic person in my mind. So this page to me seems, like, frickin' confusing, okay? I find shards, I tap into them, I see the memories kept inside, and I can feel myself growing stronger too. Okay, tell me more about this, because this is the most fascinating piece of lore I've read yet. Like, give me more of this. I'm just so mad that this is it. I feel different. Okay, what does that mean? Vaan, can you be a little bit more descriptive in your journal, please? So in my conceptualization of Vaan, he is concerned with what other people think of him. He's, like, cocky, but on the inside, he's like, I kind of, like, really want people to like me, and I really hope that people don't hate me, and, like, I really want to belong. Which totally lines up with this here. Navara was looking at me weird. Like, I'm overthinking Navara looking at me weird, like, that. Yeah, okay, great. Navara kind of knows that he's been poking in the mana shards. This makes perfect sense with how I would perceive Vaan, which is, I used to think people cared too much about the future, but now I think they care too much about the past. Great. Vaan to me is like, I'm in the present. I'm waiting for things to happen, and I just want to explore the present, and this lines up great with that. And then this part is like Vaan starting to feel proud of himself for air magic. This page just feels like just a generic piece of writing to me. It doesn't feel like it's Vaan. It doesn't feel like it's anyone. It feels like it's a generic journal entry, which is fine, because Vaan is everything all at once, and yet nothing at all. Same with this one. He just is like, Navara says I'm cool. It's like a generic voice. It's no one. It's nothing. Navara has tasked me with the final test to prove my mastery as an air mage, and we know that this would be the wind lift, right? Because he created the wind lift, so eventually, like, that's what he'll create. But here it says, I'd like to conjure a giant cloud and force everyone in the village to ride upon it, to see the wonders they're missing out on outside of our borders. It's like kind of weird. The wording here doesn't quite line up, but in my version of Vaan, here Vaan would say, I really want everyone to ride in the cloud, get out of Nelvari, and then they would see me, they would like me because of the thing I've created. Here, it's like more concerned about the wonders around the world. He's like, if only they had the missing information, then everyone would be a-okay, like, versus my version of Vaan, which would be like, if they had this cool thing, then they would like me, instead of if they had the secrets, then they would, you know, feel more complete. Like, it's just a different interpretation. This more lore that's not tied to Vaan. It's nighttime. Frick. That's my interpretation of a journal. I'm going to run myself to bed right now. Bye-bye. And just so you all know, when I'm looking at a character, I have a checklist of things. I have an internal checklist of things that I am trying to answer about them. So I'm trying to answer, are they introverted or extroverted? Are they scared of the future, or are they excited about the future? Are they practical, or are they kind of an idealist? Are they Optimist or pessimist? Are they more concerned about work or more concerned about things that aren't work? Like, you know, hobbies and stuff. Are they really deep into a craft, or are they kind of painting everything with broad stroke? Are they super emotional, or are they more, you know, not like speaking with emotions all the time? Like I have all of these things that I'm like puzzling together, which is why there's so many clips of me where I'm just sitting there being like, who are you? And you don't see that, but I see that. So the deal is, for most characters, I can answer those questions, and as they keep talking, they keep fitting into the same answers that they did before, most of the time. And then sometimes there's like a couple pieces of dialogue where I'm like, oh, that answer was not what you answered before, and like, okay, someone must have just wrote that and, you know, in a different way, whatever. It's not a big deal. With Vaan, those answers are literally like a paint splatter, and I don't know who Vaan is, so it's fine. But that's what's happening for me when I go through and look at characters. I'm already so used to seeing you here that I forgot you're not native to Nelvari. I know, because I'm literally here all the time. If you didn't live in Nelvari, where would you want to live? That's tough. I don't know many places outside of Nelvari and Sunhaven, although I have heard of towering peaks in the northern region covered in snow. The wind must blast up those steep cliffs with such force. I can only imagine what I would learn from the wind there. Okay. This talk of adventure has me wanting to go on one right now. Shall we share some time together? Sure. Alright, meet me outside of my house tomorrow at 5 p.m. I can't wait to see you there. Yeah. Okay, so here we got a congruent dialogue. We got a dialogue that fits into my version of Vaan, which is, I like to do things in the moment. I want to go see new. I want to gather in as much information about the world as I possibly can. The part where Vaan is like master of his craft, like super deep into studying this one thing, is hard for me to match up with his character, because in my mind his character is very like, I just want to see new things all the time. Like, I can't decide. Like, I'm so in the present that I'm just like constantly searching for new things. And so when he's like, but I've spent all of my time learning air magic, I'm like, you should be getting tired of that. You should be getting tired of that after a while. How come air magic keeps you occupied for your entire life? That is like weird. So that's where I'm at. It is time. You ready? Let's head in. I'm ready. By the way, I have like zero expectations this date. I am expecting this date to be awful. Okay. So this is my home. You're welcome to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Okay. Why don't we do something fun? Let's rate Vaan's dialogue on a scale of 1 does not match up with my version of Vaan at all, or 10 totally matches up with my version. I give this one a 7. Why did you choose to live inside of a tree? Trees are a silent constant in our lives. I feel a sort of kinship with them, maybe even more than with the other elves here. Trees watch over us. Lately, I felt like I do the same. 1. You feel like a tree. No, okay. It was worth it to say that. Of course not. How to explain? After my magic advanced enough to let me start flying, I saw things differently. Of course, literally from above, but in a more general way too. 5. Neutral. Thought this one. More and more, I feel like an observer to the world. 6? I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing to say. Do you like being an observer? Sure I do. Sometimes it's a lot to take in though. The world can be a messy place. 7. This makes sense. You're right, but it can be pleasant too. You're right. It comes down to consistency. 1. At least that's how I've seen things recently. The world simply lacks consistency. Things are always changing, and that causes more problems than it fixes. Minus 100. This doesn't fit at all. I guess that's why I like living in this tree. It's also why I like you. You're a rare point of consistency. I could sense it from you right away. Minus 1,000. I never knew I had so much in common with trees. I like how cheeky this one is. What do you mean? Heh, how to explain? How to explain? How to explain? How to explain? How does it explain? Why does he keep saying that? I feel like I can count on you and know that you're being true to yourself. You don't put on any disguises or false fronts. Hey? 3? 4? I don't know, this is kind of weird. That's an increasingly rare quality. It's also why I think we should be together as partners. At least this is an easy choice. At least they made it easy on us. Although this is a little bit dramatic. Dream come true versus only friends. Dream come true, I guess is what we're gonna say, but it's a little too gushy for me. It's a dream for me too. With you, I'll fly higher than I could on any cloud. Ew. With that, it's time for me to say goodnight since I have an early start tomorrow. Oh, we got no backstory. Nice. Okay, I'm glad we did this though. It means the world to me. 2. This is too much. It's too much fun. I think I miss you already. Okay, don't pull up my heartstrings like that. I'll see you soon. Alright, I thought I would like Vaan because he's nice and flirty and cute. And every time he flirts with me, I'm just like, excuse me, well, I just... Alright. I think we're almost to 15 hearts. We should be able to get the 3rd date today or tomorrow. Let's go see. Consistency. Consistency was his claim. That was the play. Consistency. That's so funny. Alright, here's the system. 6:30 a.m. We're gonna get him to 15 hearts. We're gonna leave his house. We're gonna walk back in and we can get the 3rd date before 8 a.m. I was just thinking about you and our future. Scale of 1 to 10? 7. Our future, what were you thinking? I'm not sure, there's so many possibilities. I'm just glad we're finally together. Suddenly the future is a bright, branching river, and we get to choose where we go. Future is completely in our control, yes. Alright, I feel exactly the same way. I'm constantly amazed at you. I knew we were a perfect match. What do you hope to achieve? I've learned all I can about wind magic. I would love to find a new source of instruction. There's more knowledge out there, I just don't know where. 2. Something will come to you. You're right, I just need to keep myself open to all possibilities. Yes, 10. 10 out of 10. Have a Have night. I thought you'd never ask to hang out like this. How's the honey brew? Honey brew? Delicious? Honey brew tastes best when aged. I've been saving this cask for someone truly important. You, believe it or not. So it's mead. It's Nelvarian mead. Saving this cask for someone truly important. You, believe it or not. Okay. You saved these drinks for me? Well, at first I didn't know who I was saving the honey brew for. I just knew that it had to be someone who was worth it. Someone special, that I met you, and I knew. I don't know what's sweeter, the honey brew or you. We have a bond that no one else in this entire village has, I think. I want to share more than just honey brew with you, Halsey. I like this date so far, but it does change who I think Vaan is. It works. What else do you want to share? One cool motion. Vaan slides against you, pushing his body into yours. Wow. Wow, they really gave Vaan the romance novel kiss version. That I love you. Oh, stop it, Vaan. I'm closer for a second because I'm thinking. I can't think in any other position except for this. So, that 3rd date, I think, was actually really good. I think the fact that we didn't know who Vaan was before then made it better because it could be written in literally just like a generically romantic way and like a genuinely romantic way. I think that was really good. I surprisingly liked that date, like a lot. A little bit pushing him in a certain direction, but I think that's fine. I think that was a really well-written date. Wow, I was not expecting that. The 3rd date was so nice. You and Vaan spent some time together until the cask of honey brew runs dry. It was a lovely evening, but you decide it's best to leave before it gets too late. And I stagger out the door because God knows what's in that honey brew, right? Oh my god. We drank the whole cask? Do you know how big a cask is? Oh my god, that's so much honey brew? Why are we not... you know? That's so funny. Okay, now I am tasked with buying an engagement ring, and you are tasked with nothing. You don't owe me anything. I just want to take a moment to say that this is another spot where The dialogue literally does not match up with any Vaan. It's important for me to have control of my own space. What? What is this? How does this line up with him at all? It doesn't. So take this as exhibit ZZ of all the times that Vaan says things that are just not in character. But you know, since we are trying to get on his good side, we're gonna agree with him. Peace and quiet have allowed me time to meditate and focus on myself. So we're talking about Iris. Is Iris a good friend of yours? Sure, we've known each other for many years. Without Iris, many of the buildings in town wouldn't have been possible to build, like my house. Okay, cool. And she's the second strongest magic user in Novari, other than me, of course. You say you're stronger? I only say that because I've mastered by practice. She's still learning the secrets, I believe. What constitutes a master versus still learning? Because he like acts like he's trying to still learn, and then he's like, but I'm the master. So I don't know. I don't really get it, but whatever. Let's try gifting him the ring for the 50th time. Yeah, no. Maybe next time. I think this is it. I think this is the dialogue. I don't remember what he said before this, but I think that's a big reason why we fell for each other. No one else fits us. We're two of a kind. As long as I have you in my life, I'll feel complete. I would fly anywhere with you. You see me like a plant? Actually, this is better with no context. Here you go. Yes, I know, you're really precious when you're watered. I think this actually lines up with this character quite well, because he seems like the kind of character who's all into like metaphors and poems and shit. You're messing with me. That's right. My precious sunflower. Give gift. Engagement ring. Finally, yes, of course we should be married. Finally. It makes all the sense in the world. We should do it in Sunhaven. I'll see about contacting your Archmage to set up the ceremony. Just make sure you're on time. 4 p.m. I'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait. Just so you know, if you're watching this right now, I don't have favorites, but the people who watch my Sunhaven videos are my favorite. How many marriages have we been through now? So many. So many marriages we've been through. Alright, let's look at this ring. Let's not waste any time here. It doesn't, I know it's supposed to look like a cloud. It doesn't look like that to me. Anyway, I have a little surprise for us at the end with this ring, by the way. 6% dodge chance, 10% health, 35 mana, bonus XP. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. This one is like definitely in the top tier. Honestly, so I started making the tier list for the RNPCs. I should also make a wedding band tier list because Donovan's, you know, Donovan's not my favorite romanceable, but his ring has always been number one, right? Vaan's is pretty good. It's got the dodge chance, but it's just health and mana. Like, do I really need more mana at this point? I have almost 500. Whoa, I was not expecting this. That's pretty wild, huh? Giant rainbow. Happy Pride Month, everyone. How do I say this? A lot less flowery than I expected. Man, I am curious about this line right here. It takes someone special to capture my attention. I know you've captured so much more than that. You don't feel restricted by our marriage. I might if it were with anyone else, but you've always encouraged my freedom. More than that, you've inspired me to thrive in it. This dialogue is strangely not concerned about control, is strangely very excited about freedom, is strangely aligning with my checklist quite well. I don't know. I'm excited about that. Sorry if I'm getting too serious. I get carried away with you. Stop! It lines up so well. You can get a little intense sometimes. I meant that in a good way. Fuck. I didn't know it bothered you. I always thought I could handle my spirit. I meant it in a good way. I only meant it as an expression, but I see your point. Maybe a better word is won. What? You won me? Does that make me sound like too much of a prize? A prize is exactly what you are. Love you, I guess. You're such a jokester. I'm going to get smile lines because of you. Okay. Alright. Does it matter if we hard him up again? Probably not. Oh, I thought the day would never come. The day is here. The time is nigh. Sweetest Halsey, might I ask you for something? What do you need? I need some water crystals for a new cloud. And he wants something easy. Oh my god, Vaan. You can have anything in the world. I'll get you anything you need, my love. What did I ever do to deserve such a loving spouse? Thank you. My crystals! You have such an eye for quality water crystals, my loveliest love. Eternal thanks. I am like kind of trying to decide whether I like how flowery Vaan is, because I kind of relate to Vaan in some ways. In other ways, he's so flowery that it makes me hate him a little bit. But in this moment where I have stayed up late to get to this point, thank you, Vaan. I'll take it. Happy to help. Are you ready to say goodbye to this mess of a character? I actually have something else planned. I don't know if it'll work, though. You practice such strange seasonal customs in Sunhaven. I can't wait for you to teach me all about them. I'm actually going to unteach them to you. Sorry. What's this? A drink? Let me have a taste. Vaan drinks the potion and forgets everything. That tasted a bit odd. And this ring? I see. I think I understand what just happened, but let's just say I'm wrong, shall we? Was Vaan saved by the last couple dialogues? No. But am I glad to see him have some consistency in his character? Abso-fucking-lutely I am. Alright, I'm excited to start new. I just found out about this recently. We are going to give Vaan his wedding ring back to him. So there's no need to keep it. So let's see if we get the voice line. Voice line. This ring was a symbol of our eternal love. Did you feel differently? The response. Don't mention it. The dialogue works for that, so there you go. You can, if the memory potion guilt wasn't enough for you, which the memory potion guilt was pretty strong with Vaan, then you can enjoy the wedding ring gift guilt, which is definitely going to hit. You guys know who's next? Listen, I'm trying to set my pride aside. I actually hate Darius. Like, I hate him, but it wouldn't be fun to just watch me hate a character for the entirety of a romance. It's only fun when the hate is justified. So, I think my hate is justified, but I will set it aside for the sake of this character being on the top of everyone's tier list. And why don't we just go through this dialogue together? It's good you're here. It's been a day of boredom in the castle. What's it like living in the castle? Withergate Castle is the safest place in the world. It's comfortable and luxurious, certainly, but there was a time when it was the difference between life or death for demons. I feel like if we ask a question, he's gonna insult us. So, I'm glad you had the castle, otherwise Withergate may not have been made. My grandfather pulled the castle from the ground with his magic 100 years ago with the help of my father and me. I pride myself having been there that day. When I look at the castle, I still feel that pride. If you haven't read Xylo's journal, you know that the castle was built on a swamp. On a piece of shit land, okay? So he can be proud of it, but it's not a great place. Have you ever tried living in sunlight? I've gathered a small fondness for you, but a question like that is an insult. Demons were forced to live in sunlight for ages, ages of blindness and anguish. Only in this eternal night have we found peace. I didn't realize you were so sensitive. I should have known better. What, should we be submissive? God, this is just gonna be miserable. Oh my god, he liked it. You're quick to regain my good graces. I seem to be developing a soft spot for you. This is gonna be the hardest romance I've ever done in my life. And I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your morning, day, evening. Bye, everyone.